Okay, that's the new book, Bounty Hunter Energy. We are bounty hunters, aren't we? We're bounty hunters and we're demon slayers. I'm just showing you a few pictures here. These guys are bounty hunters. Mm-hmm. Ordinary is playing by Alex Warren, one of my favorite songs. I love this picture. Just showing you around. We got to walk around to the other room anyway. Yeah. You like to look around? Kind of like an art gallery, huh? Yeah. Kind of like an art gallery. They're watching cartoons. That was the girl from Sandy Hook, if I ever told you that story. Okay, I know. I'm getting there. We'll do a reading. Yeah, let's do a reading. Let's do a reading, huh? Okay, everybody, St. Michael wants to talk. He says, stay positive, because positive thoughts create positive results. That was randomly at the bottom. A loud car went by, so to me, that's shouting it out. Keep positive. Just like your little tour of my Love Shack. You guys remember the song Love Shack by B-52s? Well, that's going on the playlist. I'm going to do a short later. This is the Love Shack, and we are bounty hunters. And we're going to read about a bounty hunter story. Okay, St. Michael says, go forward fearlessly. Go forward fearlessly and admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. It is time to leave an unhealthy situation. And again, I said a healthy situation, and it's this unhealthy situation. So what's the difference between and this? That's what I want you to figure out. Why did I correct myself? Why did I make a big deal out of saying it's time to leave this unhealthy situation and not a? That's going to be up to you. Admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly and go forward fearlessly. So he wants me to read a little bit on leaving this situation. Okay, so it says, so I'm getting the energy of bounty hunter and it's time to leave an unhealthy situation, and I keep saying a and it's this. So what he's telling me is that it's the one you're in exactly right now, whether it's in your head, whether it's in your physical, but it's time to leave now this. Archangel Michael has heard your pleas for help, and his answer comes to you through this card. Leave, and it's in italicized, and whenever something's in italicized, it means it's very important. You've been enduring a toxic situation for far too long, investing time and energy that isn't yielding a heartful heart. Okay, so it has to do with your heart. This experience isn't beneficial for you or for other people involved. You don't need to remain in negativity, beloved one. Walk away without guilt, without hesitation. The angels will assist you to ensure that the parting is as harmonious as possible, and Archangel Michael will shield and protect you. So follow your inner guidance every step of the way, and the transition will be smooth. Possible specific meanings are: apply for a new job, detoxify from alcohol, cigarettes, or other drugs, see a relationship counselor, speak honestly to someone with whom you're having difficulties, eat a more beautiful and healthful diet, get a second medical opinion, consult a divorce attorney, move to a new home, and make sure that your environment is free of chemicals and toxins. So, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to take healthy changes in my life. And he wants me to go back and say, go forward fearlessly, admit the truth to yourself, and act accordingly, because it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Well, that was a reading all by itself right there, boy. We could just say goodbye on that one, but we're not gonna. We're gonna go ahead and randomly at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups from the light. This is the Rider-Waite deck. So the Knight of Cups, randomly, and the Knight of Cups is, I am in touch with my emotions. It's a classic romantic, passionate soul. He's awaiting. He's wearing his heart on his sleeve, and he is being in love with the idea of love. So you can't get your Knight of Cups if you're toxic or if you're in a toxic situation, okay? It's not going to happen. You have to be in your Empress and Emperor mode. You have to be in your Hierophant mode. You have to be ready. Well, you're just going to stay in your Dark Night of the Soul, your Dark Assignment, and then back to Bounty Hunter energy. We're doing a lot in Astro with getting rid of, bringing in, and getting rid of. So all with the old and with the new. You're going to find that in your 3-4D reality, a lot is happening. And it's happening fast. I'll give you an example. Stefan Burns is talking a lot about the energy. That's what's going on with the weather. It's fast. It's like 2 inches of rain in 20 minutes. It's like floods everywhere, earthquakes, volcanoes, quick. 1 minute you're fishing on the dock. The next minute you were swept away by a flood. That was the story last night. If anybody watched World News Tonight with David Muir. I don't do a lot of watching TV, but here and there I get a glimpse or a catch of something on TV. And that was on about the story about a man who lost his dad and his brother. I guess he found his brother, but he lost his dad and mom. And the day before they were fishing on the dock, and the next day they're missing. So, I mean, you don't know what tomorrow brings. We're doing a lot in Astro. Okay, we've got the 3 of Cups energy, and the 3 of Cups energy is that celebratory energy. So we're getting rid of the old and bringing in the new. And that's what I'm getting from this card here, 3 of Cups, okay? I got the sun shining in. I just love the sunshine. Okay, then we got the Knight of Cups again. So remember I said randomly at the bottom of the deck, but I said I wanted to read about it. It was so important that it came back here. It came back. So we're going to read the rest of it with the 3 of Cups. A lot of times I read because they want me to, well, always because they want me to, but because, you know, that's the energy. And they're saying the energy is so right on in this book, I want you to read out of it. Where another time I will do the talking and tell you what I think it means, and I'm correct, but they want me to read the book. The classic romantic invites you to step into a world of roses, bubble baths, champagne, like the Love Shack from the B-52s. That's my house, the Love Shack. And maybe for every day of your life. This card hurdles romance and embodies the graceful movement of the slow dance. Okay, so it's that kind of, do you remember when you used to slow dance? Do you remember anything back, but try to remember how you felt? That first kiss, or when you went out on a date and you got butterflies in your stomach. Some of that you're going to have to go way back to remember. Some of you maybe not, but for me, that's way back when. And you know what? That'd be kind of cool to have that again, huh? Okay, the knight is intuitive and totally in touch with his emotions. Okay, so this is very emotional. And it says, but it is coming in. It's time to celebrate with the Three of Cups. And that's what we're doing in Astro, like I said. We're getting this all figured out on to how to play it out in this reality. Are you going to meet him at Walmart? Are you going to have him come knocking on your door? Is he going to be your new electrician that came over? You know, who is this? How are you, right? How are you going to get this all figured out, right? It's coming in quick like a flood. It's coming in very powerful like the Tower. But how are you going to get this package delivered? Are you going to use UPS? Are you going to use the Postal Service? Are you going to use FedEx? So you're checking out all the different prices. You're checking out all the different ways to mail this package in Astro. And that's your soul contract. And that's what's being played out. Okay, top of the deck, as long as you're not looking like that, the Nine of Swords, as long as you are balanced and ready, that package will come to you. But not if you're in the Nine of Swords energy. Nine of Swords energy doesn't cut it. Knight of Swords cuts it. That's back to St. Michael saying, admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Go forward fearlessly. That's what that card's telling me. Exactly what St. Michael said. It's time to leave that unhealthy situation. Yep, because it's all Seven of Swords. The situation you're in right now, even if your situation is you sitting alone in your bed with your hands in your head, and you have no addictions and you have no family, but you're just sad, you're depressed, you're out of balance, you don't feel like the sunshine, okay? So the Seven of Swords, that energy of deception, the energy of defeat. Ten of Wands, you feel like it's a big burden on you. That's what's going on here, you see? And I said this, I think, yesterday or the day before. The Nine of Swords energy, you have anxiety. It doesn't have to be a situation outside of yourself. It can be inside of you. So you have to admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. You have to go forward fearlessly. You are the only one that knows what these Seven Swords are and why it feels like such a Ten of Wands, such a burden. Because you want justice, okay? You don't feel that you've gotten justice.